the Porsche 992 Turbo S. 3.8 litre twin turbocharged flat six, producing 641 brake horsepower. Four-wheel drive. 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds. That's not sports car fast. That's not supercar fast. That's bordering on hypercar fast. It can trace its lineage through 80 years of continuous development of the 911 concept. That is pedigree. But I can't offer you an unbiased review of this car. It's mine. I bought it. Of course I like it. If your mate had just dropped the price of a house on a packet of biscuits, he'd be in the pub saying, yeah, it was a really good buy. Of course I love it. But there are those who don't. Plenty of them. That 80 years of pedigree. 8 decades of sticking with the same concept. Rear-engined. Damn near the same look for 80 years. Some people describe that as laziness. Stale. I mean, that is not progressive thinking. It's hardly indicative of a massive corporate imagination. And this thing costs Ferrari money. And look at a Ferrari. It's pantomime, it's theatre, it's vivid, it's bright. You're doing the watching public a service by parading it around the place. You're improving the landscape. Somebody might look up from whatever life, see a Ferrari or a Lamborghini glide past, and they feel joy. Look at that. This, well, it's subdued. It's saying, I'm driving a very expensive car, but I don't want to make a fuss about it. It's smug. And a Ferrari, a supercar, it's precious. It's delicate. It's expensive to run. It needs constant attention. You have to be gentle with it and attentive to its needs. This, when I picked it up, I said, well, do I bring it back in after 1,000 miles for a check over? No. 20,000 miles or 2 years. We don't want to see you until then. Will it be all right? Of course it will. It's a Porsche. But it's a convertible. Can I leave it out in the rain? It's a Porsche. Oh. But on any given sunny Sunday, you'll find me not in this. If it is that sunny Sunday morning and I'm going for a drive out, I don't want all of the luxuries that this brings. I want something a bit more raw. I'd take my old Subaru Martin out. I'd take my old E-Type out. I'd take a motorbike out. So I do at least provide public service by parading something nice to look at around the place. Just not this. This sits in the shade like a fat sulky cat, waiting for a rainy day. Because this is just my everyday car. This is more likely to be seen in Morrison's car park than Saint-Tropez or Park Lane. And that's the point of it. I don't want my super expensive car sitting in the garage waiting for a very rare sunny day off. I want to use it. That's what 911s are for. And when you do use it, God, I love this car. I went for the convertible because I needed to really make it clear that I'm having a midlife crisis. And in actual fact, in terms of torsional rigidity and weight, the penalty now for the convertible over the tin top is so slight that a lot of people agree with me. You might as well have the convertible because on the rare occasion it's sunny, you can drop the top and put your shades on, really hammer home the message. Hi, I'm 54 and having a massive midlife crisis, but I'm owning it with this. It's so liberating, it's so freeing, it's better than streaking. Maybe I should try that next. Obviously, being a black 911 Turbo S that I use every day regardless of the weather, it does rather show the dirt. It also, until recently, showed a rather nasty scuff, front left spoiler, that I did. Whilst reversing it out of the cocoon that I keep it in, I clipped it on the pot. I don't like thinking about it. Thankfully, Dom came along, cleaned the car, and removed the scuff entirely. For which I am considering asking him to marry me. Seriously.
Hi, I'm Dom from Gtechniq, and today Richard has asked us to come down and do a decontamination wash on his Porsche Turbo S. you can't miss the huge wheels and ceramic brakes on this Turbo S. So I start with some citrus all-purpose cleaner. Now normally on most traditional brakes you'd use the iron and fall-hour remover, but due to the carbon ceramics on this vehicle, citrus all-purpose cleaner does the job just fine. Then the 911 gets soapy thanks to our W4 citrus foam. Unlike traditional snow foams that have sketchy chemicals, this foam is a pH neutral formula that removes hard to shift grime without damaging the coatings. After rinsing off the citrus foam, it's onto the G-Wash. This is a pH neutral shampoo that quickly and effectively breaks down dirt particles, making them a lot easier to shift from the paintwork. Now of course you've got to use a Gtechniq wash mitt and 3 buckets with dirt traps just for extra safety to make sure you're not putting in any swirls whilst washing and keeping the Turbo S looking great. Then it's on with the final rinse and an application of our C2 ceramic sealant. This product helps to repel dirt and makes ongoing cleaning and maintenance of the vehicle an absolute breeze, keeping Richard's car cleaner for longer. As a finishing touch, we apply some T1 durable tyre gel. This is a durable tyre gel that'll keep the 911 tyres looking great for its next blast around Wales.
Plenty of official tests have found the claimed 2.8 0 to 60 figure of this car to be inaccurate. It's faster. In lots of examples, faster. And that's typical Porsche. It was understated, fractionally. It's always a bit better than even they claim. This thing, when I do get to stretch its legs, it's astonishing. It's simply point to point. It's breathtaking. The interval between going very slowly and very quickly and then very slowly again is infinitesimally small. It's competent on a level I've never experienced in anything else. Anything. And the best bit, I can use it every day. That's why I bought this. Not a Ferrari, not a supercar. That's why I've always loved Porsches. And that lineage, you can feel it. I would know blindfolded from the passenger seat that this was a Porsche. Even if I just stepped out of a 1964 original, you can feel it. Yes, the engine has crept forwards over the decades. It's still hanging out at the back. This car still goes light if you hit a big crest at speed, and you will be at speed because it's so pliable. No, I'm not providing a public service by parading around in a befinned supercar, but I am having an unbelievably good time enjoying what is, for me, oh God, just then, it hit that crest under power and I just felt a slight hop to the left from the front wheels, and that's with all the sophistication of the four-wheel drive system on this thing. Ye gods. Nothing feels like one of these. Oh, for a moment when I'm out in it, whether I'm on the way to the shops or work, if I get to unleash it, it's selfish. It's all for me. I'm going to slow it down, which is difficult to do. It's so tempting. I can't lie, within a week of taking delivery, I got points on my license. I don't approve of that, and I'm embarrassed. I should know better. What a place. There. A V8 grumbles with a basso profundo. A V10 shrieks like a Formula One car. The Porsche Flat 6, it's mechanical. Its noise is just the noise when it goes about the business of propelling you and the car it's fitted to as fast as it possibly can. It's just a machine. I'm all for electric cars. They can be exciting, they can be wonderful. They will be part of the mix of the automotive landscape, there's no doubt. But supply of resources and advancement of technology and progress means it can't happen all at once. It can't happen yet. Internal combustion engine cars will be around for decades yet, and I'm glad, because, as best expressed for me by the Flat 6, they are a uniquely wonderful device. And let's not forget, it's not the engine that's ever damaged anything. It was the fuel. There are alternatives, there are synthetic fuels, which means these things can live on, and these beating, pulsing, almost alive machines can continue pumping and detonating that fuel and providing us with visceral excitement for decades to come without damaging our precious planet and without stopping us being what we essentially are. We're human beings. We are engineers. We love machines.